Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going? So, what am I working on now? Actually, nothing. I just got to work really early. Sun just came up. It's, 7 o'clock? Anyway, so what I want to talk about here, a couple things. I've had a lot. This is like the most common question I get from people, and it has to do with GM pickup trucks, especially with the 5.3s. Uh, the same feature came on a lot of other engines also, but I'm just going to pick the 5.3. You can deduce what you want from this. The AFM, air fuel management, cylinder displacement on demand, displacement on demand, all the different names it's given to the cylinder deactivation system in a vehicle. Like I said, GM calls it AFM, so in case you didn't know. What it does is you drive down the road, you have a V8, and then it'll shut down 4 of the cylinders by changing oil pressure in the motor to unlatch lifters. So this way the rocker arms never actually move. It's a very special lifter. I've showed you that before, where it's got like a spring to it to maintain a pressure on the push rods, so the push rods don't fall out and stuff like that. But basically it keeps the cylinder from, it basically stops the cylinder from doing anything other than the pistons going up and down, but the valves are not opening. So it maintains like a zero pressure in there. There's more to it than that. I'm not going to get into it. Shuts down the fuel injectors and that. So basically you're in 4-cylinder mode. The most common question I get is, can I shut that off? Yeah, you can. Legally in your area, I don't know about it. But yeah, you can deactivate it. I'll put a link in the description. You can buy AFM Disablers. And basically what they do is your OBD port that's underneath your dash there, where you would plug a scanner into, basically it's just this little capsule that plugs into it, like a cap almost. It plugs into it, and what it does is it sends little spirits throughout your wiring system, and it'll actually get into your engine, and these little spirits will then prevent that oil pressure from moving to other areas and shutting off the lifters and then shutting off the injectors and so on and so forth. I've recommended this to many people, and I have not heard one single person say that they've noticed a difference in gas mileage. I mean, maybe slightly, but nothing notable. The reason manufacturers do that, yes, it saves fuel in the big picture. It also cuts down on emissions, because instead of having 8 cylinders firing, you only have 4 cylinders firing. Almost every person that I've told this to buy this little thing has told me the same thing. They say that the hesitation that they've noticed before, or they didn't even pay attention to it, that it was there, is gone. That the truck runs smoother. And it could be a Chevy Silverado, a Chevy Tahoe, Suburban, Avalanche, Cadillac Escalades, stuff like that. GMC Sierras, Yukon Denali's, stuff like that. Any of those platform vehicles, like I said, I'll put a link in the description. But anyway, but there may be laws in your area that tell you can't use this. I don't know. I don't know where you live. I'm just throwing this all out there. They are available. They're readily available. And I don't see a downside to it, in all honesty. If I had a vehicle new enough that would have that, I would do it on my own vehicle. I'll be honest with you. I absolutely would do it. The other question I get asked an awful lot, and I don't know if there's enough data out there yet, one way or the other, but I'll just go off of what I feel personally. You have vehicles nowadays that have that stop-start, start-stop, auto-start, whatever the heck they want to call it, where you come up to a traffic light and the engine shuts off. Every vehicle I've ever seen that has that has the ability to override it. But you got to manually do it each and every time you start the car. I don't know. I'm assuming you could probably have that programmed out of it or whatever. And the reason for that same thing is fuel economy, and emissions. It's early yet. I haven't had my cup of tea. You're shutting your vehicle off when you come to a stop, and obviously you're not producing any emissions at that period in time. But then the vehicle has to restart. To me, that's a lot of strain on a vehicle. How long are you sitting there at a traffic light? You could be sitting there for 5 minutes where the vehicle has shut off. And all of a sudden it's got to restart. So now you just used your starter all over again. And now you had a period of time where your oil pressure was probably not zero. I mean, yeah, technically it was zero, but the motor's still completely primed up. So once that motor fires, it should have instant oil pressure. But there's always that period of time where it doesn't have the oil pressure it's supposed to. Personally, I can't stand it. I would disable it. Think about the wear and tear on the flywheel, reflex plate, the starter. I honestly think that, hey, that thing has to create more emissions. At least I would think. Because when you fire a motor, it's usually a touch richer, even if it's fully warmed up. For starting purposes, it's got to be like a touch richer. So I don't know. I don't, like I said, I don't know if there's enough data out there to support anything I just said in regards to it. But me personally, if I had the ability to, I would shut it off on. There again, I don't own a new enough. I can't speak. I don't own a new enough vehicle to even have that option. The only thing that I would have that would even come close would be my Kia, but it doesn't have that. Let's see. Finally, there was one other thing I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, now I know what it is. And I get this a lot. And I got a number of people saying something in regards to this with the video I showed with the award, the 100,000 subscriber award. Yes, you could see my address on there. And people are saying, you don't want people to know your address. And I understand it. I get it. Here's the thing. If you want to find somebody, you can. The information is out there. If the person's ever purchased anything where they had to show if you got a driver's license in the United States here, it's easy to find you. It really is. I was talking with somebody at work about that, and they're like, how easy is it to find somebody? Well, I got email addresses, I got comments with their tag names and stuff like that. So I showed a guy at work here. I said, well, let's pick this one person in particular. And I found that person without too much of an issue. Didn't even take me 5 minutes. And I had a picture of their house on there. It's like, it's creepy, but yeah, it's there. The information's there. You can find it. Shoot, if you just Google where is somebody located, a lot of times you can find that person. Especially like if you've ever been on like LinkedIn, if you've ever had a job resume out there, stuff like that, you can usually find somebody, and relatively easily. So like I said, it's kind of creepy, but it's the truth. You can find pretty much anybody you want to, without a whole heck of a lot of effort. And internet has made that possible. Google has made that possible. But I think that's all I wanted to discuss in this particular video. I don't remember. It's still early yet. I'm tired. I got poopy worth of sleep last night. So, let me pause this for a second and see if I can't think of something. I couldn't really think of anything. I paused you there for about 3 minutes. I really couldn't think of anything. I haven't been on the road in a long time. I haven't really traveled anywhere in quite a while. And hopefully sometime in March I should be able to again. I really can't go for extremely long car rides because of the blood clot issue that I had. The doctors recommended I don't. So I'm kind of like heeding their advice, and I'm keeping away from doing that. Because usually like I would drive up to New York or whatever, and I still got to go to visit my brother Bob and say hello there. And then I got to visit my friend Snafu Rich and Fuzzy in PA. But anyway, I think that's it for now. I'm going to end this video here. I haven't had anything really exciting to work on in the shop, so nothing decent to make a video on. So hopefully I might have something today. I'm going to see. But anyway, that's it. Again, thank you guys whenever you reach out to me. I do appreciate it. I'm trying to get better at answering emails now that I got my things are going the right way. So anyway, that's about it. All right. Hopefully getting something out of my videos. If you are, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.